Chapter 473, The Revenge of Dark Denny. It starts in the heart of the city. Paradox, here we are. Gotham Royal, New York. Azimuth sees Francis, Kevin, and Duncan heading to the weapons shop. Those are three of Ben Tennyson's new friends. We should meet with them and inform them about what's about to happen. They walked up to them. Paradox, excuse me. Are you three friends of one Ben Tennyson? Francis, that's right. Paradox, allow me to introduce myself. I am Professor Paradox. Azimuth, and I'm Azimuth of the Galvin. Kevin, awesome. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. I'm Kevin. Francis Stone. Duncan, and I'm Duncan. Paradox, pleasure to meet you all. Francis, we've been sent here to get more ghost hunting weaponry for JD and our friends. Paradox, ah yes. JD. Knudsen. We also need to talk with him. Azimuth, we'll let you all finish up here and meet you at J.D's house. Kevin, okay. They did so. At the estate we were watching TV. Jen, so guys, I recently found out that I'm more nimble and agile than in my She-Hulk form, and I can fit in places that I can't in that form. Lisa, shocker. Luna, yet. Me, hey T'Challa, how did you become the Black Panther? Black Panther, that is a question that goes back to my childhood and my nation of Wakanda. His origin story was amazing. T'Challa was the first biological son of T'Chaka, king of the African nation of Wakanda, a secluded technologically advanced country that contained the only source of the rare ultra-durable metal known as vibranium. His mother, Nyami, died a week after giving birth to her son as a consequence of a rare autoimmune disease she had contracted during pregnancy. T'Challa's adopted older brother, Hunter, blamed him for her death. T'Challa was taught the properties of vibranium when he was still a kid, and his lessons in royal duty began at age 5. When he accompanied his father on border inspection for the first time, T'Challa got lost, but was found by outsider explorer Ramonda. After meeting T'Chaka, Ramonda remained in Wakanda and became a mother to T'Challa. He became the reason why Ramonda decided to stay in the country, and she ended up marrying T'Chaka. During a ceremony held in the border of Wakanda, T'Chaka was approached by physicist Ulysses Klaue, who attempted to petition for the mining rights of the nation's rare metal called vibranium. Klaue was backed up by a group of mercenaries, who opened fire as soon as T'Chaka refused. When Klaue's sonic weapon overwhelmed his father, T'Challa ran to his aid. Klaue prepared to kill the young prince instead, but T'Chaka shielded him, and died. After Klaue was disarmed by Zuri, T'Challa took his sonic blaster and maimed the invader's right hand, forcing him to retreat. Not long afterwards, Ramonda left Wakanda abruptly. Only decades later did T'Challa learn she had been kidnapped and brought back to her native South Africa. When T'Challa was a teen, he was sent on the Wakandan rite of passage to roam the land. He was rescued by a young orphan girl named Ororo Monroe, who used her mutant powers to control the weather to take out his would-be kidnappers. The pair shared a romance and spent much time together. However, T'Challa's duties as a prince prevented them from further exploring their burgeoning mutual attraction. As a young man, T'Challa traveled to America and Europe for school. Bitumba, his childhood friend, was sent by his father N'Baza to study alongside him. While in the US, T'Challa used the alias Luke Charles to remain incognito. It was during this time that he met another student, Nicole Adams, and the two had a short romance. Another student, Kamal Rakim, was angered T'Challa was dating a white person and attacked the two. T'Challa was forced to defend himself and Nicole and easily took down Kamal and his gang. He gained a PhD in physics from Oxford University. Being bested at every sport and every endeavor, Bitumba grew jealous and turned to AIM, plotting revenge against T'Chaka's son. T'Challa came back to perform his duties in his tribe to become a man to lead the country. He was sent to find the sacred heart-shaped herb. Whilst searching, he was captured by AIM. Bitumba was ordered to execute his friend, but since he couldn't do it, he freed T'Challa and joined him in battling the AIM soldiers. During the combat, B-Tumble was fatally wounded, and after AIM retreated, he apologized to Black Panther before dying. Me? Wow. That's amazing and awful at the same time. Black Panther, it is. I was trained from birth in Wakanda and it was a rigorous experience. Very. That's a powerful training regimen. Duncan, Francis, and Kevin came in. Duncan, hey guys, we're back. Kevin, and I believe we have some friends have been here to see him. In came Professor Paradox and Azimuth. Paradox, hello everyone. Ben, Professor Paradox. Gwen T, Azimuth. Me, so you two are Professor Paradox and Azimuth of the Galvan. It's an honor to meet you both. Azimuth, you too JD. News about you all has spread throughout the universe and into our dimension. Me, that's amazing. We had a little run-in with your little former assistant Albedo. Azimuth, yes. That's what I heard. You all defeated him in Australia. Kyan, that's right. He's now in the moon prison with a terrible curse. Paradox, you all have done so much in this dimension and across all other dimensions across all of time and space. I heard you all defeated the Justice Lords in their dimension. Very, we sure did. It was a fierce battle but we triumphed. Aline, we have done it all across all of time and space. Paradox, that's what I've heard. You all have made quite a name for yourselves and your accomplishments have left a huge mark all over history. Azimuth, that's right. But we have a much bigger problem that has surfaced. Me, what is it? I can answer that. Danny, and Lincoln's ghost sense activated and in came Clockwork, the ghost of time. Me, Clockwork. Good to see you again. Clockwork, you too JD. I'm afraid the situation is terrible. Dan Phantom has escaped from his prison. Danny and his friends gasped in horror. Tucker, that evil version of Danny from the future is on the loose again? Clockwork, yes. He's out to get revenge and to finish what he started. Me, who's Dan Phantom? Danny, he's my evil future self from an alternate time. I pull up his profile on my computer and what it showed us was horrifying. It was an evil version of Danny Phantom, but he was a fusion of both Danny Phantom and Vlad Plasmios together. But he was completely pure evil. We gasp in sheer horror upon seeing this. Lenny, that monster is Danny's future self? Lola, that's horrible. Lucy, wicked. Me, he's pure evil? How did this happen? Danny, it was because my family and friends were killed in an explosion at the Nasty Burger. We gasp again. Lori, how did that happen? Danny, it was an explosion caused by a mixture of sauces at the Nasty Burger. The boiler overheated and exploded, killing all my friends and my parents instantly. I was the sole survivor of that explosion. Luna, that is terrible dude. Danny, yeah. With nowhere else to go I turned to Vlad Masters to make the hurt go away. He honored my wish and used his ghost gauntlets to remove my ghost half from me. But my ghost half ripped the ghost half out of him and he merged with it. But the evil in Vlad's ghost half completely overwhelmed him and made him pure evil. As a result he killed my human self and went on a huge rampage that destroyed all of the world except for Amity Park. We were horrified that Danny in that time would become a major league cruel, soulless, pitiless, remorseless, heartless, scary, ruthless, and murderous unstoppable killing machine monster bent on killing all of humanity. Lincoln, he's a monster. Linka, he sure is. Danny, I heard about Dan Phantom. He killed everyone we loved and destroyed our planet. But Danny stopped him. Danny, I did. He's pure evil and he needs to be destroyed. Nico, let me face him. I want to face him Scion to Ghost. May, Nico you can't. It's too dangerous. Nico, don't worry May. You all saw me as a Super Scion too and I managed to find another power beyond it through the power of training hard at 5,000 times Earth's gravity. We gasp. Lincoln, that's incredible. Goku, whoa. 5,000 times gravity? That's incredible. Paradox, indeed. Azimuth, anybody that can train at that level of gravity has to be very strong. Me, that's right. Vince, I have a feeling that this is gonna be intense. Me, you said it, partner. Nico, yeah. Where's Dan Phantom now? 2015, Amity Park, alternate time. We arrived in the year 2015 in an alternate time, and we saw that much of the planet was now a post-apocalyptic wasteland. The skies were shrouded in darkness and lightning flashed in the clouds. Everyone all over the earth was completely destroyed. But the only thing still standing was the city of Amity Park, which was now an advanced megametropolis, and it was being protected in a powerful anti-ghost shield dome. We saw the future and we were shocked. Me, what happened here? Lori, this place is now literally a ghost planet. Lainey, no kidding. Lisa, it's now a post-apocalyptic nightmare. Me, it wasn't a zombie invasion that did this. It was Dan Phantom. Lynn, how could he have caused so much destruction? Clockwork, when Dan killed Danny Fenton, he set about to cause a lot of pain, death, and destruction on not just Earth but the Ghost Zone as well. The atrocities he committed were so genocidal that I was ordered by the observers to make sure that this monster never came into being by killing Danny. That's when I found out that our futures are never set in stone and that everyone has the power to change it. Danny, it took some heavy convincing. Sam SL, what year is this? Clockwork, this is Amity Park in the year 2015 in an alternate time. Me, so we've gone back in time. Paradox, it would appear so. Me, this is horrible. At least we didn't leave our mark here. Yet. Well. Just the people I've been wanting to see. We saw a figure come out and it was Dan Phantom. He was an evil version of Danny Phantom. Me, so you are Dan Phantom. Dan Phantom, that's right. JD. Knudsen. I've heard so much about you. Too bad you won't live long enough to get to fight me. Nico, you're gonna pay for everything you've done to this planet. Dan Phantom, we shall see. Pow. Nico punched him in the face and went up to him as he was flying. Nico, I will never forgive you for everything you've done. Now I'm going to unleash my true power. Nico went Super Saiyan 2. Goku Super Saiyan 3 theme plays. Nico, you've tormented this planet for far too long. This is now between you and me. Let me show you my ultimate power. Nico was screaming and his power and energy levels were rising at an exponential rate. We felt his power rise and it was completely unreal. Me, it's unreal. Piccolo, how is he generating that much power? The earth was shaking violently and the lightning in the sky flashed at an intense rate as his power was rising fast. Lightning flickered all over him at a fast rate and his golden hair was getting longer and longer. Krillin, what power? Vegeta, incredible. Me, unbelievable. Fu, I've never sensed anything like it. Nico's power was still rising fast. Then he screamed and in a massive blinding flash of yellow light he was forever changed. When the light faded, Nico was completely different. Nico's golden hair was down to his lower back and his eyes had blue irises around the teal eyes. He had stronger lightning flashing around his body and his power level was now far more powerful than ever before. He was now a Super Saiyan 3. Nico, deeper voice, I'm sorry that took so much longer than the others. But this is what I call a Super Saiyan 3. Me, wow. What power? Goku, he's now a Super Saiyan 3? That's incredible. Trunks, unbelievable. Gohan, his power is amazing. Dan, you are still gonna. KROW. Nico kicked him in the face with devastating force at a blinding speed and he punched him in the mouth with incredible force. He was pulverizing Dan Phantom with powerful attacks, and powerful lightning was blasting out of his punches and kicks upon impact. Me? Whoa. Naruto, this is unbelievable. Cyclops, I can't sense things like you guys can, but this is getting intense. Me? It sure is, Scott. Nico kicked him in the chest and punched him in the stomach and threw him into the ground, where he crashed into it with devastating force. Crash. Me? Whoa. Dan exploded out of the ground and fired a beam of energy, and Nico fired an energy blast, and the blasts collided and exploded with incredible power. Crab. The explosion was so powerful and so devastating that it rattled the area. The explosion blew Dan right into the ghost shield and it electrocuted him. He flew out, and as he was about to hit Nico, he dodged and Nico kicked him in the back and sent him crashing into the ground again. Crash. Dan arose from the ground. Dan, you are strong, but I am far more powerful. Nico, your arrogance will be your undoing. Dan fired another energy blast, and Nico fired a blast of red lantern energy, and it hit the blast and exploded into a huge fireball. Nico then fired a blast of lightning and electrocuted him. Dan used his ghostly wail, and Nico teleported behind him and fired an energy blast. It hit him and exploded. Me? He used X.A.N.A.'s powers along with Atrocitus and Electro's powers. Green Lantern, he sure knows how to fight, I'll tell you that. Me? Yet. May was completely in awe. Nico fired a blast of water from his hand and extinguished his hair. He then fired a blast of ice and froze him. He used Bane's super strength and punched through the ice and bashed him in the face with incredible power. Nico, you are a ruthless and evil monster that was once a great hero to Amity Park, and you destroyed everything we worked so hard to achieve. Grabs the DP symbol on Dark Danny's shirt. You have the nerve to wear this symbol? Rips off the symbol, making Dark Danny hiss in pain. You are no future self of Danny's. You have no right to wear his symbol. The Danny I know is kind, compassionate, and always uses his powers for good. You may have been like that once, but now you're not. You dishonor Danny's legacy by wearing this symbol, and you never will again. Me? You tell him, Nico. Vince? Yet. Me? Let's help him out, guys. Everyone? Yet. Ben became Clockwork. Ben. Swedish accent, Clockwork. Me? A Chronosapien. They are a race that controls time. Clockwork, that's right. Clockwork fired a time ray at Dan and it aged him, and he now looked like he was 100 years old. Xian jumped up and slashed off his left arm. Dan screamed in excruciating pain and Xian landed. Xian, let's do a combo on him, Scott. Cyclops, let's. Xian fired a blast of lightning and Cyclops fired a laser visor blast. Cyclops and Xian, thunder laser cascade. The blasts combined and formed into a lightning laser beam, and it hit Dan and burned and electrocuted him badly. Nico, May, let's use our combo. May, you got it. Nico landed by May. Nico, Kaa. Me. Hey. Me. H-A-A-A-A-A-A-A. Nico fired a Kamehameha wave and May fired a blast of ice fire. Nico and May, ice fire Kamehameha. The attacks combined and became a Kamehameha wave made entirely out of absolute zero fire. It hit Dan and exploded and froze him in a huge crystal of ice as big as a city. Me? Wow. What power. Goku, that was incredible. Vegeta, it sure was cockroach. Number 1, let use our combo T'Challa. Black Panther, you got it. Number 1. Black Panther fired a blade of black energy and Number 1 fired a laser blast. Number 1 and Black Panther, laser claw slash. The laser blast fused with the black energy blade and went at the ice block and slashed it in half, and it shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. Lisa, second elder brother, I have something that can nullify his powers. Me, what do you got, Lisa? Lisa pulled out a box and in it was a dagger with a blade made of a glowing green metal. Me, cool dagger. Lisa, Yes. It's made with the powerful anti-ghost element Elektronomia. Me? Elektronomia? Danny, it's a powerful element that can nullify ghost powers. Me? So this stuff to ghosts is like kryptonite? Lisa? Exactly. Once you stab this into Dan, he will be completely powerless. Me? Okay. I go at Dan and stab him in the shoulder and he screamed in pain as his powers were weakened to a substantial degree. Me? That's more like it. Nico, it's time to finish him off once and for all. Nico went into the air and raised his hands up. Me? He's using the spirit bomb. Gaku? Oh man. Me? Let's raise our hands up and share our energy with him. We all did so, and a massive blue ball of energy formed and it was as big as the planet Mars. Nico, it's ready. Everyone move. Me? Right. We did so and Nico threw the ball of energy at Dan and he was pushing it back with all of his might. Nico, this is the end of the road for you, Dan Phantom. It's a darn shame. Flashback. It showed how Danny got his powers and how he became the ultimate force for good as a human-ghost hybrid. Nico, narrating. When you were accidentally exposed to the energy from the ghost portal, you became Danny Phantom. You were a great hero. You saved all of Amity Park from numerous threats and loved all of your friends. Except for some. You were an amazing hero and you saved lots of lives from your enemies. The flashback then showed that Danny was overtaken by grief when he lost his friends and family, and with no one else to turn to, he went to Vlad Master's house and wanted to get rid of his ghost half. Nico, after the accident that killed your family and friends at the Nasty Burger, you were overtaken with grief. You went to Vlad Masters and he helped you out because he sympathized with you. But in the end you paid the price. Your ghost half merged with Vlad Plus Muse and you were consumed by Vlad's evil until there was nothing left. The evil inside Vlad Plus Muse turned you into an evil creature and the darkness overpowered the light. Dan killed you and after that you became different. You were extremely ruthless. You became a living nightmare to not only Earth but also to the ghost zone as well, and you delighted in every minute of it. You didn't even show a single shred of decency, remorse, guilt, or mercy. You were pure evil incarnate amplified 1,000-fold, and you made even the devil himself look like a saint compared to you. You killed everyone on Earth except for those in Amity Park. Danny managed to stop you before and he sealed you into the Fenton Thermos. But you escaped and went back to finish what you started. And that's why it has to end like this for you. You'll have to learn the hard way and know what it feels like to have your life taken away against your will. It's wrong. The flashback shows all the terrible deeds Dan did and how he plunged the whole planet into complete darkness and ruined everything and destroyed countless lives all over the planet. It then showed how Danny stopped him and how he escaped from the Fenton Thermos and how the events leading up to his fight with Nico and us came into being. Flashback ends. Nico, you will now pay the ultimate price for all the terrible crimes you've committed in both of our realms. But maybe one day you will come back as a better person. I hope. We would like that. But in the meantime you will pay for everything you've done. In this life and the next. Dan looked on in shock and horror as he knew that his death was upon him. Nico saluted him. Nico, adios. Enjoy your time in hell, Dan Phantom, and give the devil our regards. The spirit bomb powered up more. Me, Nico. Gaku, Nico. Vegeta, Bakrua. May, Nico. Lincoln, Nico. Vince, Nico. Laney, Nico. An animation shows a broken glass screen with all of our faces in it. Everyone, do it. The animation broke. Nico, hey The spirit bomb grew bigger and it engulfed Dan Phantom, and its power increased dramatically and completely obliterated him in an instant. It went out into the distance and exploded with incredible power. Crab. When the smoke cleared, there was nothing left of Dark Danny. Not even an atom of him was left, and he was gone forever. Nico powered down and landed on the ground. It's over, guys. Dan's energy signal has completely disappeared. We did it, guys. We won. We cheered wildly. We avenged all the people he killed and even saved the whole world in the alternate time and in our time. Way to go, Nico. May and Nico hugged and kissed. You were awesome, buddy. Vince, that was awesome, man. Carol, it sure was. Nico, thanks, guys. Clockwork, you guys are amazing. I'm proud of all of you. Thanks, Clockwork. But Nico is the true hero here. He saved both our worlds. We went back home to our time and we rested. It was a brutal fight with Dan Phantom, but we triumphed. Nicole sealed him into the book of vile darkness forever. The end. Another fanfiction completely. Dan Phantom was by far the most evil and deadliest ghost I've ever seen in the Danny Phantom series. He was pure evil beyond its purest form. Eric Roberts did a great job voicing him back in 2005, and that was awesome. But I've been wanting to have Nico demonstrate his full power for all of us. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks for that, man, as usual. Next is the grand finale of the Danny Phantom series, the ultimate fight with Pariah Dark, the king of ghosts. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.